Hi again guys, and welcome to yet another special countdown video, and this is another Patreon supporter collaboration video with VIP member Mr. Ryan Maverick. So without any further ado, Mr. Maverick, take it away.
Since 2013, the Vision GT series has definitely been a talking point for Gran Turismo. It's given manufacturers and players a huge variety of special vehicles to both make and drive in the world of Gran Turismo. And it could be anything from a sports car to a next technological leap for motorsport. The Vision GT series has never failed to deliver. There are some Vision GTs which I would not even consider something that could happen, like the Chaparral 2X for example. Laser-powered propulsion? Definitely not. I'd much rather stick to a conventional engine myself, but that's just me. So kicking off this list with Vision GTs we could see in the near future is the car that really kicked the series off to begin with, the Mercedes Vision GT. It's definitely a sleek looking machine to say the least, and it's definitely not one that you would imagine in the year 2100 for example. The 5.5 litre twin-turbo V8 engine producing 577 horsepower stock. That's not even unrealistic figures. In fact, that's less power than the Mercedes AMG GT. And even with a curb weight of 1,385 kilos, these stats are not out of this world. And it even had a little cameo appearance in Justice League as well. So, why can't we see this thing tomorrow? Next on the list is the BMW Vision GT, almost like a modern day homage to the BMW 1M. And it looks like a 1M race car that never even existed, and if Group 5 still existed to this day, we'll be hearing the exhaust notes through the forest of Nürburgring. With a 3 litre V6 engine producing 541 horsepower, and a total weight of 1,180 kilos, that sounds like something that could even challenge today's standards for GT3 race cars. And it's definitely a beautiful looking machine as well, especially one of the default paint jobs being white with the BMW racing stripes. The middle of the list consists of the Subaru Visiv Vision GT. It's a very odd name and a very odd looking car, but it's definitely something lovely, to say the least. It's definitely got the buzz of a heavily modified boxer engine, but that just makes it even better, to me. Minus the rear wing, you could even get something that looks a little bit like a morph between a Subaru Levorg and a WRX. And even as a track car, this car's pretty outstanding compared to some of the other Vision GT cars on this list, as well as all of them in general. Thanks to its four-wheel drive system that delivers such high levels of grip, it's hard to beat this one on the track. Runner-up on this list is the Nissan 2020 Vision GT, arguably the most beautiful car on this list as well. It goes, sounds and looks completely out of this world. In fact, going into the tunnel on the Tokyo Express, it looks exactly like a ship going through space. It's absolutely incredible. This car is also the first to feature a deployable KERS system that was introduced in Gran Turismo 6. Also armed with a hybrid four-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive interchangeable system when the track conditions are most appropriate. Also mounted on top of that with a twin-turbo V6 engine and active suspension. This is just a crazy car which doesn't sound like it could happen, but it's already got technology lifted from the R35 and even the Nissan GT-R LM Nismo. So could you really be looking at the Nissan GT-R R36 when looking at this car? Before we get to number 1, I would like to give a little honourable mention to the Toyota FT1 Vision GT race car. It's definitely a very admirable machine. It looks the part, it sounds the part, and it's a fantastic race car as well, especially when tuned correctly. And it wouldn't even be a surprise if we saw this as the next Toyota Supra. The only reason why I'm not featuring this in my top 5 list is because it did go on eventually to be a Group 3 race car for Gran Turismo Sport. And if that didn't happen, then this car would definitely be on the list and would definitely be in my top 3. However, being made into a race car on Gran Turismo Sport sort of ruined the immersion of yet to come, if that makes sense. If it doesn't, I do not blame you. But that is also why the Volkswagen and the Peugeot Vision GT car do not feature on this list. However, the two latter do not, in my opinion, make the cut for the list anyway. So at number 1, we have reached the peak of this list. Now, I will not be surprised if this is the most controversial choice, and I'm prepared to read all the comments to say otherwise. But at number 1 for me is the Honda Sport Vision GT. It's definitely not the most out there, and it's definitely not the most perfect Vision GT car. But for me, it's number 1 because it is my perfect sports car. 400 horsepower, 900 kilos, that's all you need. That is really all you need. It already looks like something that has been made by Honda. So much so that, in fact, even in the summer, people were getting all excited because Honda themselves actually patented a new sports model. And they even unveiled designs to which many people believed was going to be a new Honda S2000 or something like that. But it later turned out to be the Vision GT of Honda. And again, in terms of seeing it tomorrow as well, the handling characteristics of this car, with snap oversteer, and the sound of the engine, is very reminiscent to cars that already exist. The handling reminds me of a Toyota MR2, and the engine noise itself reminds me of a Ferrari 458. There are so many little bits of this car that come together to make it feel like something that's a live concept ready for release at the end of next year. If you haven't got this car in Gran Turismo Sport, I urge you to go grab one. Go win one, go buy one, however you want, because you will definitely be surprised. I had this car in my inventory for about 2 months without even touching it. I took it out for one drive and I fell in love with it. It's perfect. It's my kind of perfect. Anyway, so that is my top 5 list. Thank you very much, Mike, Mr. Hammer Studio Gaming himself, for allowing me to do this. I'll be looking forward to the comment section, and I'll be looking forward to, hopefully, future projects if this one turns out to be successful. I hope you all have a fantastic 2018, and congratulations, Mike, on 13,000 subscribers.
And that's it for this particular countdown list. So if you would like the opportunity to also work with me here on the channel on a monthly basis, just like Mr. Ryan Maverick here, creating custom videos with me, could be countdowns, tunes, something completely different entirely, then of course you can click the link down below and check out those details. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.